Georgia General Assembly is meeting for the last time this congressional session. Legislators have until midnight tonight to vote on state bills. Also, a new pedestrian safety project in Athens is protecting people crossing the street. Crosswalks with blinking lights will alert oncoming traffic that people might be in their path. And finally, Washington Farms in Oconee County opened their pick-your-own strawberry season this morning. The farm is getting the community involved in this popular warm weather pastime.
This is Northeast Georgia's only local source for TV news. From the Grady College at the University of Georgia, this is Grady Newsource.
Good evening, I'm Amro Warayat, and welcome to Grady Newsource. Today is an important day for legislators in Atlanta, as it is Sign Day, a day known as the last day of the session for the Georgia General Assembly. Grady Newsource reporter Hallie Turner is following the final session in Atlanta and sent us this report.
Spreads possibly as much as 75% faster than BA1, which is the other branch of the Omicron variant. People, I think, are concerned about whether we're going to see another wave in the near future of COVID-19.
I'm Hallie Turner, and I'm outside the Capitol building here in Atlanta, where state representatives and senators are voting to pass bills before they run out of time tonight at midnight. Over the last 40 days, lawmakers have debated over several bills like income tax, election, and unmasked Georgia students, all of which have received a signature from Governor Kemp. HB 1302, known as income tax, will give tax refunds of $250 for single filers and $500 for joint filers. The special elections bill specifies the date of special elections that will give a question to voters on sales and use taxes. The unmasked Georgia students bill will go to prevent school personnel to require or enforce any rule that students have to wear a mask while they are on school property. Today at 1:30, Governor Kemp signed the Mental Health Parity Act, a bill that will increase mental health care as well as care for substance abuse. Even if a bill that was introduced this session does not pass today, it still has a chance next year to be voted on again. But for those introduced last year that did not receive a vote and are not signed into law tonight, die as the clock hits midnight. Some key bills that have yet to be voted on are Common Carrier, Medical Cannabis, and Freedom to Farm Act. Stay tuned for more updates through GradyNewsSource.com. Hallie Turner, Grady Newsource.
The USDA expects food prices to rise again. Grady Newsource reporter Brianna Smith tells us why people may be paying more food in the next month.
It's not fun having the prices keep going up, and it seems like containers get smaller.
People already feeling the impact of inflation should expect to feel another price hike at the grocery store. The United States Department of Agriculture expects all food prices to rise 4.5 to 5.5%, according to its March report. Agriculture economist Gopi Munisamy says that many factors like the war in Ukraine, supply chain issues, and inflation from COVID-19 recovery affect the cost of food.
Need some resolution on the Ukraine-Russia front, because like I told you, they're exporting 102 million tons of wheat and feed. Okay, somebody's got to replace that.
Prices may go up by the cent or dollar depending on the type of food. Animal products will go up the most because of feed. Meats, poultry, and fish will increase as much as 3.5 to 4.5%. Dairy products like cheeses and milks will rise between 4 and 5%. The cost of fresh fruit and vegetables will increase between 3 and 4%. Shoppers like Jeffrey A. Jackson says that he still tries to spend $110 a week for groceries, which is the same price he spent before the pandemic. But the rising costs caused him to buy different brands.
The rising grocery costs make things tough because you plan a budget out and then come to the store, and you notice that what you always get is a much higher price, and you have to go to different brands.
Although prices are rising, it is cheaper to continue to buy groceries than eat out. But Munisamy says that people could buy products like lentils that don't have large inflation to save money.
To save money is probably spend more time at home, maybe cooking some of these products that you're not used to.
Brianna Smith, Grady Newsource.
The new Omicron variant is becoming the most dominant strand in the United States. Grady Newsource reporter Oz Martin joins us in the studio to talk about this variant. Hi, Oz. What is this new variant, and should we be concerned?
Hi, Amaru. I spoke to the professor at the University of Georgia Center of Ecology and Infectious Diseases, John Drake, about this new Omicron variant. According to Dr. Drake, BA2 is a variant of COVID. BA2 diverged from the BA1 Omicron variant as early as last year, but it wasn't until recently that the variant was brought into the U.S. Here's Drake with more on BA2.
BA2 spreads possibly as much as 75% faster than BA1, which is the other branch of the Omicron variant. People, I think, are concerned about whether we're going to see another wave in the near future of COVID-19 as a result of this BA2 variant. I'm cautiously optimistic that we won't.
Do our current vaccines and boosters protect us?
Yes, as of now, our current vaccines and boosters are effective against BA2. However, it is strongly advised to get vaccinated or boosted if not already. Other recommendations include avoid large gatherings, wear a mask, and have good personal hygiene. Back to you, Amaru.
Thanks, Oz. Recently, the Barrow County Board of Commissions approved the signing of a local government memorandum of understanding to receive the funds for the Johnson & Johnson opioid settlement. Grady Newsource reporter Madison Cook shows us how this decision will affect addiction treatment and prevention services.
The opioid pandemic has ravaged the United States since the early 90s. In February, Johnson & Johnson reached a settlement for over $26 billion to be divided amongst the states. Barrow County's Board of Commission made the recent decision to sign onto the local government memorandum of understanding to receive the promised funds.
That has plagued every community across this country. And so being able to get free money that doesn't cost anything to the taxpayers, that helps us fight this problem that has cost taxpayer dollars, I think it's an overall win for the community.
The state of Georgia's plan in dividing the sum will be to keep 75% for the state, and the 25% remaining will be divided upon the counties who agreed to sign. Barrow County's Board of Commission has not made official plans on where the money will specifically go, but it will go towards addiction treatment and prevention services. Commissioner Alex Ward hopes to see these funds go into services to end addiction rather than funding into Narcan, which requires more cost down the line.
It is a great start to letting them know that they have a support system, and that they shouldn't feel, that they have to face this on their own.
This is Madison Cook, Grady Newsource.
Are you looking for ways to dispose of your face masks? Grady Newsource reporter Abby Buston shares different solutions to your waste.
Stepping over mask is a common occurrence now. While masks on the ground are an environmental issue, so is recycling a mask. Denise Clemens, an Athens Clarke County commercial recycling specialist, says the bigger issue is the litter.
That we see masks and gloves just being littered everywhere, and if they drop it on the ground, they don't feel the need to pick it up again.
However, most masks are not recyclable, and placing a mask in a recycling bin can actually contaminate the entire bin.
The issue with recycling is mixed materials. If it's plastic and then the cotton, polyfiber, or whatever is in the mask, those being mixed together makes it not recyclable.
Clemens says masks are supposed to go to the landfill unless they are fully fabric, but even then, the materials might not even be recyclable. So what are ways to help reduce the negative environmental imprint? Taylor Uli, owner and creator of Totally Tailored, a company producing sustainable fabric products, says mask waste is largely unavoidable, but you can be responsible in other ways to limit your waste.
It's like, okay, I am here and I am producing this waste and it just is. And in turn, what things can I do? Like, can I maybe not pick up Starbucks today, or remember my reusable mug, or make other choices that maybe help counteract it.
Uli supports getting creative. If your elastic earpiece breaks, you can always use this as a hair tie. Or if your twist tie on your loaf of bread goes missing, you can use the nose piece in your mask as a replacement. Other than that, if the mask falls on the ground, always remember to pick it up. Grady Newsource, Abby Buston.
Athens Clarke County Police are currently searching for a missing man in Athens. Seth Stephen Evans, a 27-year-old white male, was last seen on March 29th at a local home improvement store. He was officially reported missing on Friday. He is approximately 5'9", 200 pounds. He was last seen wearing a blue jacket with orange trim, light blue t-shirt, and khaki shorts. If you have any information regarding Evans, ACCPD requests you call or email Senior Officer Jim Jones. Coming up, we learn more about a commercial growth opportunity for a local county.
There is a road road laid out for me, leading down to
boxes everywhere. And this is gonna be Addie's room.
I am blind, but I need not see.
I think you're really gonna like it.
I know this road is there for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Waist down by the river. I am blind, but I need not see. I know this love is there for me.
Nice and slow. I got this.
Take me down to the river and watch me.
Okay. What do you think?
What if you could feel in control of your retirement in just a few clicks? At aceyourretirement.org, you can. Start with a free 3-minute chat with Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer some simple questions like, how do you feel about your ability to save for retirement? Or in how many years do you want to retire? To get free action items customized just for you, get your retirement back on track at aceyourretirement.org.
What started as a way to help the homeless community led to a bigger mission, to bright light, hope, and help hunger across Athens, Clarke County. Grady Newsource reporter Hallie Turner gives us a look into a food bank that serves families and children in the Athens community who are living in crisis.
Our angels. I just went to the grocery store with my list and I was only able to get almost half of what was on my list, and I couldn't get anything else, and I was wondering, where was my groceries coming from? And we pulled up.
The Rushings created a food bank as a way to give back to the city where they raise their children. After opening their doors in October of 2018, City of Refuge Athens is now feeding more people living in crisis than they ever have before.
Out packing 50 grocery boxes?
25 grocery boxes.
The first we did?
Yeah, in April of 2020.
And how many did we pack tonight?
We packed 240 boxes tonight.
Inside these boxes that are packed by 80 volunteers weekly are non-perishable items like peanut butter, beef stroganoff, rice, and peaches, which will go to feed over 260 hungry families for the next week. The Russians are working with the school systems to offset inflation that is making it harder for families to provide for their children.
The need in our community is very significant.
Athens, Clarke County's poverty rate is 5th highest in the nation. 65% of low to medium income families in ACC live in poverty. With the demand for food rising, the need for volunteers is rising, including those who can speak Spanish. Teresa Miyagi heard about the opportunity to serve through her daughter's school. When she saw the barriers the Hispanic community members face when it comes to getting food, this became personal for her. She knew she needed to be their voice as a translator.
To be able to understand in their own language, hey, I'm here, I speak Spanish, don't be afraid, you can get it too, you know.
The Rushings know they are making a difference in the community when they open the back doors to their van to serve those in need. Hallie Turner, Grady Newsource.
Walking to school as a child can be dangerous, but Grady Newsource reporter Daniela Burrows explains how community leaders are working to help make students' route to school a bit safer.
The roadway should be a path for you to get to your destination.
Sizemore is working with the community to ensure bicyclists and pedestrians get to their destination safely.
And so you shouldn't have to worry about losing your life or becoming seriously injured in that roadway.
This is why community leaders and school officials have decided to partner with the Athens-Clarke County Traffic Engineering Division and the Georgia's Safe Routes to School program to develop a 2-phase pedestrian safety project near the school.
And so partnerships like this are really great because it just opens up a lot of possibilities where, you know, we may look at a roadway and think one thing, the school is looking at it from another standpoint.
During Phase 1, community leaders repainted the sidewalk near the school and cleared debris around the area. During Phase 2, the ACC Traffic Engineering Division will add flashing school zone signs and crosswalk lights.
I call them blinky flashies.
These blinking lights help notify drivers of incoming pedestrians, but they are only effective if children understand how to use them. Neighborhood Service Officer Leslie Moore explains why children should understand what is expected of them as a pedestrian.
Many, may walk to school, may bike to school, and a lot of times some children of that age really they do those things alone. So it's very important that they know the ins and outs and how to stay safe as a child.
Moore urges citizens to be aware of your surroundings, obey traffic signs, and walk in designated crosswalk areas. Grady Newsource, Danielle Burrows.
The Georgia Department of Education recently named all 4 Jackson County high schools as AP Honor Schools. Commerce, Jefferson, East Jackson Comprehensive, and Jackson County High Schools all received the distinction. The recognition is given to schools with at least 20% of the total students' population taking AP exams and at least 50% of those exams scoring a 3 or higher out of 5. East Jackson Comprehensive High School and Jackson County High School specifically earned AP STEM honors. This distinction is reserved for schools with students specifically reaching those testing benchmarks in STEM courses. Coming up, Grady Newsource Cole Acock will give us the weather forecast for today and the rest of the week.
During high school, I hung with the wrong crowd and I never graduated.
I helped Santiago in many different ways, like all fathers do, because he always wanted to go to college.
I felt a little embarrassed to come back to school, but eventually once I came here, I knew that it's for a bigger goal.
He was very dedicated, hardworking. He connected with his teachers. He connected with other students. That was one of the key reasons why he was able to keep forging ahead.
It was amazing to see him graduate. This was one thing that meant so much to him, and of course, it meant so much to us too.
With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed. That support is everything.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
And now, the weather.
I'm Cole Acock, and this is your Northeast Georgia weather. Today was a mostly sunny day with a high around 74. Clear skies will continue into tonight with the low will be 50 degrees. As we move into the rest of the week, we will see showers Tuesday afternoon and expect heavy rain Tuesday night. Wednesday will bring the highest temperature of the week with the high nearing 80 degrees. The rainy conditions should continue into Wednesday night as there is a 60% chance of showers. Early week showers will be followed by late week sunshine. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday will bring sunny weather, but will also have cold nights to follow. Expect the low to be in the mid-40s on Thursday and high 30s for Friday and Saturday. A special weather statement has been issued by the National Weather Service for Northeast Georgia today. There will be high fire conditions this afternoon and into the evening due to low relative humidity. The relative humidity will be 25% or below, with winds swirling up to 10 miles per hour. If you choose to go out tonight for the Men's Basketball National Championship, take precaution and please refer to your local burn permitting authorities if you have any questions. For your Northeast Georgia weather, I'm Cole Acock.
Coming up, the NCAA basketball tournament is coming to a close. That and more in sports after the break.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school.
Jessica has been through a lot in her life from early childhood.
My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She came in looking to complete her diploma. She had a family she had to take care of. Anytime she needed help, we provided her help. She realized that we were here for her.
She wants to have a career so her kids could look up to her.
My graduation, it was something I will never forget. I couldn't explain the emotion I was feeling because people like you and me sometimes may have doubts in yourself, but I feel that everything's possible.
Jessica's future is brighter than ever.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
And now, sports.
Bustin, and this is Grady Newsource Sports. Jumping right in, the South Carolina Gamecocks won the Women's NCAA March Madness tournament yesterday, overcoming the UConn Huskies 64-49. This is the Gamecocks' second national championship in 5 years under Coach Dawn Staley, who won the Naismith Women's College Coach of the Year award. Staley has been with the team since 2008. However, the team could not have done it without Aaliyah Boston. Boston similarly won the Women's Naismith Players Trophy and Defensive Player of the Year. But that's not all. Men's March Madness is dribbling to a close tonight. The North Carolina Tar Heels will compete against the Kansas Jayhawks. The Jayhawks are expected to win as they currently hold the top seed, while the Tar Heels held the 8th seed going into the tournament. You can see for yourself tonight. Tip-off is at 9:20 p.m. Moving to Georgia sports, the Dogs swept Florida men's baseball this weekend, winning all 3 games in the series against the Gators. The Bulldogs are now ranked 14, up from last week's 23. The next game is against Clemson tomorrow evening. And speaking of baseball, the Braves home opener is this Thursday. You can see the 2021 World Champs chop on against the Cincinnati Reds starting at 7 p.m. But if you haven't had enough sports yet, the 2022 Masters at the Augusta Nationals is on. Pre-tournament coverage is happening now, but round 1 begins on Thursday. You can see all the events live at masters.com. This has been your Grady Newsource Sports. I'm Abby Buston.
Next up, see how a local farm brings hands-on education to agriculture.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
We scored going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. But I need that back. No. Kevin!
You know, a lot of people say when you're going somewhere, you don't want to look back. But I beg to differ. For her to see her father celebrate his graduation, it's the best feeling in the world. I can't lie and say it was easy. But sometimes you just have to stop everything and take it in. I looked at everything in a different light. I realized it started with me going back and getting my high school diploma.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
It's strawberry season for Washington farms, but farmers aren't the ones picking the produce. Grady Newsource reporter Delaney Tarr tells us about the farm's effort to educate with agriculture.
For the past 29 years, Washington Farms has opened its doors to let people pick strawberries all on their own. Strawberry picking is one of Washington's attempts to bring fresh produce to the people while educating them on agriculture.
We're very educational. We want to educate the community, the people about agriculture and how important it is.
Currently, the vast majority of Americans get their groceries from grocery stores, not picked fresh from gardens.
Nowadays, there's just not many home gardens, and a lot of these kids that come out, they've never picked anything. A lot of adults haven't.
Parents like Kaylee from Gwinnett County drive up to 40 minutes to the farm to bring her children into the fresh air. Kaylee comes with her kids every year to take time away from electronics and focus on the earth. Washington says the event is not only about education, but community.
We've got kids coming out now, or customers coming out now that came out as kids when they 3, 4, 5, 10 years old. And so now they are married and bringing their kids out to the farm. And we've had as many as 4 generations come out to the farm at one time.
Strawberries should be available until June when the plant stops producing the fruit. Washington warns customers to call before coming, though, since large crowds and high demand means that the fruit oftentimes runs out. Until they run out, Washington Farms remains open to the public. Delaney Tarr, Grady Newsource.
It's National Hug a Newsperson Day, formerly known as National Embracing a Messenger Day. Today celebrates the acknowledgement of those who seek and provide news. If you know someone who works in news, don't forget to give them a hug. From all of us here at Grady Newsource, thank you for watching. Good night.
Good night.
Grady Newsource is a student production of the Grady College of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of Georgia, which is solely responsible for its contents. Views expressed do not represent those of the administration nor the board of Georgia.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Part-time job, full-time hustle, all-time Shiro to all of us. You nurture, we listen. You teach, we thrive. You lift our spirits, but we've got to lay down the truth. It's time for you, our Shiro, to stretch for the stars. A free online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Start saving more for retirement so you can feel prepared and live your life to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
message, yo. It's my fault. What this be? Oh shit.
Harper, you wanna get us started? Yeah. So we had a good show. I like the fact that we tried the OTSs, and but we had a late meeting, for which we apologize. Harper, you guys still nailed it, even though we had a late meeting. But let us know how we did on the technical side.
Yeah, no, y'all did a really good job today. I even spoke to Amr before he went on about practicing changing cameras, looking down at a script and kind of faking it to look back up at another camera. You did a really, really good job with that. And when we were on point on our end directing, a lot of those OTS segments looked really good. I think V and I were just talking, we might switch it to where the OTS is on a different side now. That might look a little bit better visually. But as far as everything that y'all did today, it was really, really good, really, really sound. The rundown thing wasn't really y'all. That was just a printing issue, really, that was taking time because for whatever reason it's printing weirdly. So I'll figure that out. But yeah, really good show. So thank you.
Thank you. You guys did a great job as well. Yeah, and I wanted to say, Amro, you're a natural on camera. That, yeah. Yes, yes. But we are going to consider the OTS. For me, it's a little distracting to have it over the landscaping. I would rather have the anchor against it without the tree growing out of the anchor's head as has been done. But have the OTS against the wall.
That would be.
So we're going to try that next time. So you guys agree? We need to try it.
There's a lot to look at over there.
That's exactly what I told Harper. I said, it's just too much. And so he's going to try and do that. So we'll give that one a try. But I think it's much better to have the OTS. I really like it, and I appreciate that they figured out a way to do it. So that really improves things, and I'm glad to see it. Yes. So Hallie is not here, but she did a valiant job, even though she thought that this was not a newsworthy. I don't know why she thought it wasn't newsworthy, but she managed to get us a look live valiantly, and she and Melissa worked together, which I always like when people help each other out. I will talk to her. I didn't understand why she was there. Why didn't she put any B-roll? She had pictures, the same picture of the Capitol covering some of her stuff, no B-roll. Maybe she got there late, I don't know, but I'll talk to her, have a few ideas as to how we could do this in a different way. But I'm glad that she managed to get it done, and we had something very newsworthy at the top of our show. Brianna, I really liked your package. They keep getting better and better. And the nice close-ups of food, people picking up the food. The only thing with the guy, the shopper, I don't know why you positioned him with that stop sign in it. You didn't probably notice it. Yeah. Well, you catch them where you can, even if there's a stop sign. Yeah, yeah. It was a great soundbite, but just that stop sign. But it was, you catch them when you can, and he was a good, yeah. The only thing is, I think it was Delaney who had, I thought that was the idea you had for the numbers, to have the B-roll and the number. You want to talk to her how she did hers, had the numbers with the strawberries, right? With the B-roll. how you do that when you have B-roll, and I think that would have made your package even more wonderful. But you keep, you're growing, and I'm very happy to see that in your visual storytelling. I mean, your facts are always solid. I can never catch you, in things, but we'll see. Maybe. So that would be my suggestion. Also, I thought with the 2 questions, I think it worked well, the smart board, and with the expert, and and I see that when you guys do the smart board, when your answers are short and there's more Q&A going on, that's what keeps it moving and dynamic. And I'd like for us to do smart boards in that way, more Q&A, back and forth, shorter answers, to the point. And I think we can move things forward with the smart board as well, the live stuff. Maddie, is Maddie here? Maddie, why did you have 2 stand-ups and the last one was just you saying your name? When we talked about if you have a stand-up, say something, don't just sing out. Even though you look beautiful, but there was no point in the last stand-up because you didn't give us any information. And why did you decide to start it? We've talked about starting with the stand-up unless it's a look-like. But that would be my suggestion. I thought it was very important, but I just didn't understand why why you had so many stand-ups and last one was not even necessary. It doesn't, you don't look serious when you do that, like a reporter, when you just say your name. That, if you wanna, if you disagree or if there was a reason that I'm not seeing, I want to hear it because I may be wrong. I'm always open.
Yep. Like I said, I completely agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, and but that was the only suggestion because I'm giving everybody suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
But we've talked about stand-ups. It needs to to have some information in it. But otherwise, it was that would be my suggestion. Daniel, I think that worked out good with the way we talked about. A lot of you were not sort of understanding. I wasn't making sense. I had to talk to the phone, on the phone with Ellie several times and with other people. See, but you got my suggestion, and just to kind of for the storytelling, the character-driven storytelling, and I think it came together well. Just a few less sound bites from the same person. If you could have interspersed the woman at the end somehow in the storytelling, that would be my suggestion, to kind of just have 2 sound bites from one person. Say the rest in your own words with B-roll, and but that would be my suggestion. Otherwise, I thought it went. It was a good piece. I would just rearrange it in that way and say things in your own words and leave the most powerful sound bites. Cole, I thought the weather was good. Your presentation keeps getting better. You were pointing. You smiled at the end. I love that. The only suggestion I would have is to have a bigger variety of graphics. That thing with the 5 weather forecasts went on, it never changed. So maybe start with just today's forecast, 1 graphic for today, and then 1 graphic for the whole week, then vary it. If you're telling us that by the end of the week we'll see this kind of weather, then just transition into something, change things up a bit. Use a few icons in your graphic, like to sort of, illustrate things and make them a little more interesting. I like the weather statement. You had a separate graphic. It made things, but that's the only thing I would suggest to keep things moving and in more ways than one. And I thought Abby did a great job with lots of graphics, variations, and your mask thing was finally we got to see your mask story. Yeah. The package, yeah. And I loved your stand-up at the end where, with the demonstration, that was, I love your creativity. And sometimes I very rarely would say the doorknob didn't work, but usually I mean, you're incredible with your creativity, and I love that in you. And I know how that you had been thinking about this for a long time, that stand-up was in your mind for several days. Yeah, but it was a very a very important package for the environment, and very well done. Oops, my notes ran away from me. Yes, and Delaney, I liked your package. Even though you had a mishap with that lady with no audio, but at least you showed her and you told us what she told you. The guy was, the farmer was a very powerful character to have. And I loved the different, the ways you had filmed the strawberries and the farm, and your stand-up was very creative, which I also love about you, that the extra effort it was beautiful. Yes. The only thing is that you didn't bring us strawberries, but I will not hold that against you. Now I'm going to go and get some strawberries. You're kidding me. This should be part of your package. That's really important information. Let the viewers hear that as well. So it was 20 bucks for a bucket?
For a pre-picked bucket that came with the bucket. So now I have the bucket with me, but I didn't have time to pick the strawberries myself. And I was like, if I'm going to be like messing with them, I don't want to like take it and then give it back to them. So I shelled out for the strawberries, and now I have a massive bucket of strawberries. So stay tuned,
healthy
I guess.
for the rest of the week.
Exactly. I'm literally going to make like a dessert for them.
Oh, they're really good with yogurt and some nuts.
Make some parfaits for everyone.
Yogurt,
maybe.
nuts, granola, yum yum.
Strawberry shake. Like my mind's all on strawberries, and I probably smell like strawberries a little.
Yeah,
it's a fun package.
You made us all want strawberries, which is good. Yeah. So that's. I mean, Amro, I told you, I think you're a natural camera, and the show went very smooth. Lauren, also, I'm very proud of you as a producer today. So I want you to share with us what you learned, and this was not an easy day for you, but good show flow, well prepared with the vision for the day, coordinating with people. Oh, producers, again, before I forget, your assessments are due by Thursday in an email. That's the only thing you send me, in an email. Just, I don't want to forget to say that. But yeah, so it's over to you, and then the digital producers, I'd like to hear from them as well.
Yeah, so I was really kind of nervous about today and the whole beast that is producing. Really didn't know what to expect, but just wanted to give you all a big thank you because everyone was very cooperative, very quick to respond. If you ran into any issues, you asked me questions, which I greatly appreciated. And for the most part, everything ran pretty smoothly. I know this morning might have been a little bit of a rough start for some people, but I really think we pulled it together in the end. And some things that I learned, maybe put your rundown creator up the night before, the morning of, because I got here and I had no idea how to make one. So maybe prep that. Might be important.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little. And I don't know, don't be afraid to experiment with different things. I was really, really happy that we got to do the OTS this week.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Yeah. I just looked at Elle. Thank you, Elle. That really worked out. She convinced me, like, I wasn't buying the cutesy thing. And she's like, I did. I saw it on other networks. It works. And I was like, I'm really not comfortable. And then she sent me some clips. And she convinced me she was right. I was wrong. I wanted to do something too serious. And also Lauren said, hey, we've got a very serious show. We need something. And I thought it came together very well. And you were right. I was wrong. You were right. I was wrong.
Yes,
So,
thank you,
and
Elle.
I'm sorry. But I did mention it to you that it came together very well. But I wanted to again say that I really I enjoyed it, and and you guys did a great job. You know, the way you hugged each other, and that should go. Oh, guys, don't forget, start collecting stuff for your blooper tape. The last show is on the 20th, so that could go on the blooper tape. Like, you could end. I'm not telling you how to make it, and choose one person to make your blooper tape, and send that. Start thinking about some funny, quirky moment. All the students do that, and it's really entertaining, and it's really fun. So, I'm thinking about your portfolios, but now I'm also thinking about your blooper tape, because that could go on. Yeah, because there's so many of you, and you're smiling, and I don't know. Other students, they just throw their scripts up in the air at the end. They all go into the studio. You could consider something live on air. I'm okay with that. Yeah, so just throwing out things, you know, to kind of get you excited. But sorry, back to you.
No, you're good. The last thing that I wanted to note that I just thought of was I had several people reach out to me and say that they would be comfortable doing a live shot, which I thought was great. A lot of initiative, and I wish that we could have made a live shot work today.
I wish so too.
It would have been good. However, Atlanta is an hour and a half away, so technically speaking, that was not possible.
Yeah, but it's got to be something newsy. So think of things that are happening day of, because you know sometimes you can do a live shot, but something needs to be happening where you are. There has to be a reason for you to stand there, or looking ahead. You know, tonight there's going to be this meeting here, and they're gonna, you know, all these important things, and you know, you could have some thoughts with people and what they think about the event, what, you know, why they think it's important, what do they want to see. So it's got to be some kind of a news peg to why you're doing a live shot. But you're running out of time, and that will be very important for you to have on your reels. So I highly encourage you to try it out here in the sandbox, guys, with me, because it's going to be scarier if you are, you know, asked to do that in real life, where your job, your reputation is at stake. And so I highly encourage you to do it here with me, and I'll give you some pointers, and we'll keep it simple. And you saw Hallie was so nervous. I think I got her to where she felt confident, so I will do the same with you. I will not leave you to be, you know, to be worried about not performing well. We'll keep it really simple, but it's good to have that on. If you have the courage, I think you should to try it out. The smart boards are good, but it's nothing like standing there outside. I mean, look, when you were with the strawberries, what a difference, right? Just having a stand up there, right? As you said, the beauty of it, bringing in real life. So I highly encourage you. And I will work with you on that too. Over to you.
I mean, I think that's really it. Just, again, thank you guys. I think today went pretty well. So, yeah, I mean, producing was
And you did a great job.
fun-ish.
Yes.
At times, it was good.
It was your first time,
Yeah.
So it can be fun. It's funnish.
It was fun-ish, yeah. I'll leave it at
Yes.
that.
I like that. Guys, over to you.
Today, well, first of all, we made a really fun TikTok, so everyone should go like it and comment on it. It was for National Hug a News Person Day, and it's fun and cute, so go like that. And then we put that on the Instagram reel too. It's on there. We posted Brianna's on the Instagram. We posted the Grady Daily on YouTube. We're going to post Hallie's on YouTube. And Facebook I meant. Sorry, I was wrong. That was right. And then we're talking about planning out some posts for the week, so it's not just Monday, Wednesday, because we're looking at the engagement, and
I like that.
on the non-days there
spacing it out. Yeah, I like
is not no engagement, but there's like a lot of engagement on one day, and then it kind of simmers out. So
yeah, I think everybody did really good at being available, sending us content that we can post, and we worked well together. It all made our job easier, so it was good.
All right. Anybody wants to share? Amro, do you want to say something about your being, anchoring for the first time here? You said you had some experience in high school, but this was your first time. Do you want to share anything? Pass on some kind of wisdom, or how you felt so comfortable in front of the camera?
Honestly, I just had fun. Like it was kind of fun. I just sat down and it's like telling one long. It's like telling one long story. That's about
Excellent. I like how you put it. It's like telling one long story, and that's what producing is. It's telling one long story. The first rough draft of history for today. Yeah. That's an interesting way to put it. That's good. That's good. Anybody else wants to share something? Going once, going twice. Nobody wants to say anything. Come on, guys. It can't be just me talking. I want you to tell me something. Amro, I guess you should keep talking.
I think I heard Brendan say he wanted to say something.
All right, well, first off, thank you if you let me hug you today. I really appreciate it. Also, I had a great time conversing with Professor V today about readers and my videos. It was wonderful. And everybody did a fantastic job. This was an amazing show.
Well, basically, what I did with you and I did with Adrian, something to kind of keep in the back of your notes to self, was that you had it in there. I just nudged you to see the news. What is the news? And I did that with Oz as well. If you have a story that started last week, don't start with that. Tell us what's going on right now. And with Oz and with Adrian, it was, this continues to be the case. With him, this virus, this new Omicron is spreading. It's becoming the dominant. Instead of saying, well, last week the CDC said this and this, that it's the most dominant. Right now, today, what is happening today? Ask yourself that. And that'll help you make it more newsworthy. That today, this thing is surging, this new variant. With Adrian, I did the same thing, equal opportunity, conversing with people. And with you too, you had it in there, and we just had to kind of just focus it on one thing. And, when I asked you what's the news, you came up with it. Well, she's going to be here, and nobody else is going to be there in those two counties. So we decided to focus on that. So I hope that was really enjoyable for you. Not sure for Adrian or for Oz.
Great insight.
Yeah, but that was, I just put that in the back of your minds. You will always be able to sound, you're still telling us what it is, but you're just kind of focusing first on the most newsworthy part. Same with the missing person that Adrian wrote. He started with the fact that he was reported missing, Adrian, you said on Friday. So I told him that's really important information. However, start with today. What is today? We came up with the fact that this person, police are asking people for help today, right? Because this person is still missing. And then we say the person has been missing since Friday. So I forgot. I wanted to share it with everyone so that, hopefully it's beneficial to all of you when you write a lead or when you decide, don't bury the lead. That's how not to bury the lead. All right, guys, love you, great job, and let's do it again on Wednesday.